Good morning, JP Army, and welcome back to Mega Speculation. I am your host, JPR. Also, Happy New Year! This is the first new video of 2015. So you guys know that just by now, let's take a look at last week's votes. In 5th place, we have Mega Lilligant, a big shocker, but it's definitely a Pokemon deserving of a Mega. In 4th place, Mega Frostlass has moved its way back into the mix after falling out of last week's top 5. 3rd place belongs to Mega Ninetales, who did not get quite as much support this week as it did last week. Now we're gonna go ahead and move to 1st place because we actually have a tie. Mega Arcanine and Mega Raichu. They both had the same number of votes in the YouTube comments section, so in the event of a tie, the contest moves to Twitter, where people could re-vote for either Arcanine or Raichu, and the tiebreaker goes to Arcanine, who barely beat out Raichu. So let's get down to business. First up, typing. Since Arcanine is only a single type, there's a lot of fun speculation that could go into its secondary typing, if it gets one. Hey, just look at Mega Pinsir. Ugh, didn't see that coming. Anyway, Arcanine's secondary typing could be a lot of things. I'd personally like to see Fairy as the secondary typing, since Arcanine is tied in with legends and other mystical things, but that seems a little far-fetched. So let's try something more realistic. To get a good idea, we'll have to look at Arcanine's Japanese name, Windy, which emphasizes Arcanine's great speed in Generation 1. Even though I think Fire Flying would be terrible typing for Arcanine, I could see Game Freak making some sort of connection with the flying type in the wind. Fire Electric is another good candidate because electricity is commonly known to travel fast. It also works because Arcanine learns Wild Charge now, so any of those 3 type combinations would make sense to me. In stats, Arcanine definitely needs a good speed boost of at least 25 points. Not only for competitive purposes, but also because Arcanine has always been revered for its great speed in the Pokédex. But as each generation passes, Arcanine's speed stat just looks more and more average, especially Pokemon like Greninja, Talonflame, and other fast Megas are introduced. Now let's add 20 points to both defenses, making them both a solid base 100. And finally, the remaining 35 points can go into attack. You could make the argument that he needs some points in special attack, but his special move pool is just so small, I doubt they would even bother giving him a boost. And finally, the ability. I've heard the suggestion that Mega Arcanine should get a fire-type equivalent of Aerolate or Pixelate, and you know what? I like that idea. Game Freak should definitely introduce a new ability called Flariate? Yeah, why not? And give that to Mega Arcanine. Let's revisit Arcanine's name, Windy, because of its name in Gen 2, Arcanine was gifted with its own signature move, Extreme Speed. However, nowadays, plenty of Pokemon can learn Extreme Speed, so I believe Arcanine needs a little bit of an edge when he uses it. Flariate would boost Extreme Speed to a base 156 power. It's not as good as a Stab Flare Blitz, but think about it. If it's late in a battle and you and your opponent only have a couple Pokemon left, Arcanine could use this ability to easily wrap up a match. First off, when Arcanine switches in, it can get off and Intimidate on the opponent, lowering their attack stats so Arcanine can take a hit. Then he can Mega Evolve and hit the opponent with a boosted Extreme Speed, even if the opponent is faster. Because of this, Mega Arcanine would be a fantastic late sweeper to use. This is by far the best Mega Arcanine design I could find online. I love how it draws a connection between Arcanine and the Chinese legends that the Pokédex talks about. If Mega Arcanine looks like this, I wouldn't care if Game Freak made a toilet seat Pokemon. Thanks for watching. Remember to keep voting for your favorite Pokemon if you want to see them have an episode of their own. If you like this episode and want to see more, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you like. I'll see you guys next time.